Alright, we are back, hopefully. I do apologize. We took a power hit. The lights flickered, and I'm thinking, okay, what's going on? And then basically the TV and everything went off. I'm like, oh geez, but it came right back on. Luckily, it just basically just screwed up the internet, unfortunately. But I should be back. I apologize for the delay. We did take a power hit. Fingers crossed we can get this game going. Yeah, I'm sorry, Megan. Welcome back, everybody. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share this out, let everybody know that we're back. Don't know what happened. But it's good to see you all back. Thank you all for coming back here. I do apologize. So we're going to get this game started again. We're going to finish it and we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed.
Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I'm just glad it did not mess up my game.
Ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. In motion, Hill. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there.
They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run with Mostert.
Touchdown.
He'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins have cut the lead back down to 2. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare him
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Appreciate it. Hopefully we have no more internet problems tonight.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. New York set to take the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll give to Hall. Muscles him off. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 64 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. There's Wilson to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Wilson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Berrios. Powerful running. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the 2nd time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. You know where I'm going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
More. You talk about fantasy a lot, but you don't. Why don't you just play? You know,
I'm not good enough to play the fantasy game.
I
enjoy watching
You're an analyst. You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
5th place.
Okay. Well, that's a champ in my book.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They hand it off to Mostert. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 3rd down and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Waddle's first catch, good for a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a give to Mostert running right. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 88 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
2nd and 7. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to get this down close to a 1st at about the Jets' 28. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a gain of 4 there that gives him a new set of downs.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Now H.A.N. on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 20, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Big yardage that time for the Jets. 44 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. 2nd and 9. To throw is Wilson. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Wilson. On It's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years at not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Now Wilson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Caught by Cobb. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you, too, in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Raheem Mostert, the veteran, who did some damage in that first half. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Jets taking over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. A run with Mostert up the middle. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Second down, here's Mostert again. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On 2nd down, a run by Achane. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Seemed like they picked an excellent time there, Charles, to go with the draw play.
They certainly did. Caught him a little over-eager trying to get into the backfield and get to the quarterback. They used their speed and their aggressiveness against them, didn't they?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Well, having you guys here with me, it really, really means a lot to me.
From the gun, a run with Mostert.
Even if you're lurking, you know, it means a lot.
2nd and 6.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go?
I know
Because
most
it
of you
looks like
guys
he's
don't like
drying up a
football,
little bit
and
here.
I understand
Someone
that,
needs some
but
adjustments, it
it's nice that you
appears,
guys come
based on
in and
this
say hello and chit chat and keep me company. And
looking to pass. Tua. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked
I'm
open
good.
for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And
this weekend's a holiday weekend, so I bet a lot of people are going to be out and about doing stuff. So, and the weather is not helping much either across the country right now.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
Pass interference, nice.
Flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Is going to move the ball well downfield. A 4th down pass interference call.
And everyone works hard on 3rd down. That's usually the money down. Get off the field. It intensifies when it's a 4th down. You think you've got it done. You think you've completed the play.
Boom.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Raheem Mostert punching it in from a yard away. And the Dolphins are able to widen their advantage. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Sanders on for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And the Jets set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On second down, here's Wilson. That's complete to Lazard. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. On the draw, it's Hall. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. Hall again. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
A give running right is Hall. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football and they take one of those away.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the first down against our defense by that decision.
Back near his goal line, here's Tua. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this 3rd quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
56, the mark, boys, 56, check 56.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Second and 10. Everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Now Tua. And going deep for Hill. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. It's a big play there for Miami. 49 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On 3rd down, HM. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Mostert. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Virtual Gaming, hello, hello. Good to see you.
One more time with Mostert. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far.
How are you doing?
They've done a nice job
Good seeing
against
you.
him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will push the lead up to 5. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Hall want to give up the middle.
It's good to see everybody here. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
On first down, right back to Hall. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. Here's Hall again. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run with Hall. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot.
Hello, Go Fish Office. Long time no see. Good seeing you.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one may be his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Bortle Fart, hello.
Such a tough spot for the offense to be in, even though they have the lead.
How are you?
Charles back up so close to their goal line. They got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward. And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again.
It's good seeing you guys.
Right there, about to break a big one.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They fake the handoff.
Thank y'all tuning in tonight.
And going deep for Hill.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
It's a big play there for Miami. 54 yards.
Well, he already had a big receiving game working, and it's going to get a lot better here. Defensively, they're fortunate this is not a touchdown, but he's just been absolutely unstoppable, and he comes up with yet another gigantic play.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Whoops. Blaming on the rain. Call my name.
Backwards a bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
At this point.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. The kick by Sanders is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8.
It's good seeing you all. Hope you're doing well.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet.
Good.
Okay, being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And now out come the Jets.
And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8, so logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
This 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Wilson.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing again here. Wilson able to find Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. and they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
Operating from the gun, Wilson.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game.
Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
I know they were here earlier.
Ball spotted at the 45.
Then the power went out for like 2 seconds. Messed up my game.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And some room to work. And a good job of finding the open space to run.
It was like more like a power hit.
To the 30 here.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
It didn't mess up my game, it messed up my stream.
Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
He could have caught it. He could have caught that.
Zone, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
On play action, here's Tua. He's going to let it go
all the way home.
The end zone. He's got it.
Boom.
Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being
Welcome
able to
back,
take
Megan.
advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with point.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down?
Well, you know I love my
That's what they're
lurkers.
trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 15 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it is
Can one of you say sup in the chat?
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. But they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Wilson.
Here, fishy, fishy, fishy.
Flush to his right. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Wilson throwing quickly to Wilson. And they'll get this down to the 10. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think can absorb that contact.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Operating from the gun, Wilson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He got out of bounds, that's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Dolphins defense is able to hold. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Here's Achan to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
I'm just glad I'm winning.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
There we go, first down.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a fake on the Jets sweep and a give to Mostert. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Up the middle they go with Mostert. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's
Run that clock down.
The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll go. Achan.
Oh.
He's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
All right, that's right. That's right.
They're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down.
Just don't mess it up now.
They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times.
Come on, D.
You have 4th down plays that you have
it's in your hands
and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Operating from the gun, Wilson. That's pulled in by Wilson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Flushed out right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now 2nd down and a few inches. Here's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Boy, this crowd is on pins and needles now because anytime you see the ball heading for the end zone, you really hold your breath, and they come out of their seats. That one falls incomplete.
Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. Now it's Wilson.
There we go. Nice pass.
Man open, but he missed him.
What are you throwing, dude?
One last shot for Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins defense is able to hold.
All right, ball game.
Down to an E goes Tua, and that should just about do it. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.
All right. So that was part 1 of the doubleheader.
Tonight, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Jarrett Stidham. And the Denver Broncos versus Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. But tonight we've got a good AFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback at 6'2" out of Auburn. It's Jarrett Stidham.
For a brief time, he was thought to be a possible successor to Tom Brady while he was still in New England, but that didn't materialize. But opportunity may still knock for him to start in the NFL today. Definitely has the arm and mobility to make plays against NFL defenses. All he needs now is consistency.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Stidham. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert.
Good job there getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. They run it again with Williams. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Williams going to get it again on second down. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Off the draw, here's Williams. They give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
I don't know. I don't know.
To throw is Stidham. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
Pass interference.
Comes out as that is batted
Nice.
down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call.
I am.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing
I just don't know what to say, honestly.
if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
They go with a former Bengal facing his old mates. It's Samaje Perine.
All right, 4th and 1. Come on.
They're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a
6,
decision
7.
here on 4th and a yard. They run.
Nope.
It's Williams. And he is not going anywhere.
All right,
They stop
fine.
him for
Be that
no
way.
gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. So, Charles, they wanted 7 on that opening drive. They didn't want to settle for a field goal.
Felt like a tone setter. You know, that's what they were looking for because a lot of teams, they'll march it downfield, and when they kick the field goal, it almost feels disappointing, doesn't it? You have a nice drive. I think this team decided, guess what? No matter what, we're going for the 6, trying to put those points on the board and set them back on their heels.
But unfortunately, that mentality did not work out. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Oh, his first
Here we go. Here we go.
Gonna be intercepted.
All the way home.
And he takes
Let's go.
this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
And that flag accepted.
They'll try it again now after the 5-yard walk-off. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
Well, I'm just glad you're here watching. That's pretty much what this game's about.
Now here's 1st and 10.
After the pick six, here's Burrow again. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
Mixon with a first down carry. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Yep, pretty much fishy.
Now Burrow on first down. Quick slant caught by Chase. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Burrow looking to pass. This is caught. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick 6. Again, it's Burrow.
I don't know. I don't know about you guys.
It is incomplete.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick 6. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
Mixon. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
And they'll accept that penalty.
All right, Fishy. You have a good night. Thank you for being here.
Now 1st and 20. Now Stidham.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
One play has him to the 37.
I wish I could say that.
Now it's Stidham. He'll let this go deep for Sutton.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Hey, Ghosty. Good seeing you. How's it going?
On 2nd down, Williams. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault.
Good question.
His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Third down and 13.
Now it's Stidham.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Battle.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, in a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick 6, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
McPherson on for the point after.
I actually had a weird dream.
It's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So
it's one of those dreams when you're trying to wake up, but you wake up and then you go back to bed, and knowing you gotta go and get up and go to work type of a dream.
So they throw the pick six.
The kind that will get you into trouble.
This one's in the air.
But luckily I woke myself up.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space...
Stidham looking to escape, but he'll go down. They got him. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Oh, why did I do that?
Effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away
you know
with
what?
one there.
I'm not risking
like
it.
He's in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. DJ Jones. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Burrow. Working the middle here. That's complete to Sample, the tight end.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's 3rd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. That goes for a gain of 31. That's a heck of a way to convert on 3rd and long, and he showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And that trust was justified because he went up and got the football and converted on a down. You shouldn't. 3rd and long like that, that's supposed to be an incompletion at the least.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding
I don't know.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
I'm just here to have fun.
More natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side with your guard and your tackle. In college football, they used to call it student body right because you had everyone on that side, including a fullback leading. In the pros, they don't call it that, but it's still the same result.
So I do appreciate you all for being here tonight. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, share this out, and of course subscribe. It's free. We're on part 2 of the doubleheader.
Escaping the pressure right.
Under pressure.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now
I just got stuff on my mind. I'm okay.
And a new set of downs.
Now 2nd and 3.
Here's Burrow. Touchdown Bengals. Drew Sample. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns.
All right,
We're
Fishy.
still in the 1st quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch
is right.
so far.
That's usually how I cope with things.
Wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Broncos about set to go on offense.
Yep, I know.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I'm really having a good night.
I really like
Thanks
the
to you
vision he
guys.
displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space,
I know the feeling,
let the
Fishy.
linebackers
I know
run
the
free,
feeling.
but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on fourth. They're going to try a second time. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
I always say, I always look for respect, kindness. He's out of bounds.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Okay.
So not only do they
respect, kindness, love, caring, kindness. Be there for me no matter what. Because I'm not perfect. So if somebody can be there for and accept my doubts.
Because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
I don't know.
Deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
I'm just thinking out loud.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. So a penalty that can frustrate a coach so much, a mental error, and it'll back him up 5 yards. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Again, it's Williams. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
But partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
I hope so, Fishy. Well, you and I will be both okay. We're gonna get through the storm together. We're gonna find our spousal someday one of these days.
2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Stidham to throw. Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. 20 down to the 10. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
I want pizza. What type of pizza are you having? Deluxe? Supreme? Domino's? Ooh, yum.
It's 28-7.
I had Marcos last week. The works. It was actually pretty good.
Rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that.
I am a big pizza fanatic.
Taken at the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And Denver getting set to take the field.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Play clock hit 0. Don't know what went wrong there, Charles, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Has to be some organization from the sideline. Sometimes when you're trying to decide on what play to send in, the play caller has to move a little bit faster.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Up the middle, it's Williams. Tackled there by Jordan Battle.
Okay, I need to lock in because I am doing horrible at this game.
He made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Come on, chat. Tell me. Lock in, Nora. Lock in.
2nd and 10. Stidham. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Stidham. That's taken in by Dulcich. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence
Thank you for lurking.
to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field.
Thank you all for being here tonight.
And QBs love to make that easy throw. And they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Stidham sets to throw on 1st. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult 1st half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. The busy night continues for Williams. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on
New
him
York
as they
style
stop him
pizza.
for no
Yum.
gain. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and
I
then.
want
Sometimes
some.
you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on
No.
that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Play action. It's Stidham. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Oh. Come on, dude.
Up to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th, and the Bengals will get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one hauled in by Sample. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Second and 7. Burrow will throw. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down up near midfield, spotted at the 48. That one goes for 8 yards.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Running left, it's Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw here. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that
Apparently the NFL is doing away with Monday night doubleheaders this year. So that's going to be actually awesome. Just to have one regular NFL game every Monday night.
Now back to throw. To Mixon on the check down. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So on 4th down, on is Brad Robbins to punt for the Bengals. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So
welcome back, Megan.
He's hitting on
I missed you.
Half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away.
We can't catch the ball tonight. We can't do nothing right tonight.
So on is the punter, Riley Hudson. They'll send this away to the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one.
I don't know about you, Denver.
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to the tight end Sample. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Yes. I am Denver tonight.
Second down and 8. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
On now to punt, Brad Robbins. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there, it was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Nice angle.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
2nd and 6. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down. They run it again with Williams. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground
All
shaking.
right, Bob, you have a good night. Thank you for lurking. Yes, I do work tomorrow. But I am a night owl.
10. Out of the gun, Stidham. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes
That's
in.
interference.
And the contact may have come
Thank you.
too early. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Now they'll throw it with Stidham. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will
It would have been a great play to catch the dang ball.
Play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. He'll get this one to Patrick.
Come on.
And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. Fourth down, here's Stidham.
Here we go. Nice. Nice.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Beautiful.
Tim Patrick, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the 1st down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a 1st down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is.
Wow.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground.
Mo Chronic, hello. Good to see you. How you doing?
Bad to worse. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
Good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Thank you all for being here.
In the first half, this might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Call that a 45-yard
You're watching
punt, 2
TV?
yards there on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver's offense now set to go. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and
What you watching?
after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one. Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down. So
if you want, can you put this up in the chat for me?
Big impact on first down. Second down, Stidham
Hi,
to
what's
throw.
up?
Into the hands of Patrick left side. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I like the thought process. I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man, because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
Manifest. I've heard of that movie before.
And they just did not get the snap away in time. Delay of game penalty. Ships them back 5 yards. Makes it 3rd and 10.
I've heard of it.
Here's Stidham. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll try and run the option. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
1-2, ready?
They will throw on first down with Burrow. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now left side on the swing pass. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now the Bengals on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing again, it's Burrow. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So no touchdown that time, but they do get 3 more, and now they have even more of a cushion.
It's been a terrific first half offensively, so it's hard to blame them for not getting into the end zone there. But the way they've been moving the ball in this one, I don't think these will be their final points of the game.
From his end zone, Marvin Mims. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And coming out now, the Broncos. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up.
It's officially 2 a.m. here.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's got room. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 83 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. From the 46, here's 2nd and a couple. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Yeah, I'm not going to win this game, that's for sure.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Wow.
On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for
sorry,
the
guys.
coach. Frustrating for the offense.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
They go play action now. Stidham. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first. And this play's still live. He faked the spike. Going to throw it. And he's going to get into the end zone.
Boom.
So the fake spike works, and they score. Tim Patrick with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
Let's go.
The Broncos are able to cut into that deficit.
Not today, son. Not today.
His 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
You guys are funny.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. after the touchdown.
But when this game
wants
is
to
over,
kick it
guys, I
off.
am going to call it a night.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy
I know it's
of the
getting late
30.
for everybody.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run
English's, hello, hello. How you doing?
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Here's 2nd and 3. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
How are you doing, Amy? Good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Thank you all for coming, tuning in.
From midfield now, Burrow points the target, and he has it over the middle. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2.
Careful what you say.
Throw again, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now Burrow. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They run for it with Mixon. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Burrow looking to pass. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? They're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on out to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman at NORA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
You show Mark some support this morning. Thank you, Leslie.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Josie Jewell, the linebacker, getting the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Boyd. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can not afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They'll throw on 1st down with Stidham. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this
Alright,
drive
so
on the
we're
defensive
gonna
side of the
throw
ball.
the ball.
Forcing incompletion
Hopefully
on
get first down.
Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
A give to Williams, running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Stidham, he's going to keep it on the option. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he will have the Broncos first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4 and he got 4 on 3rd down. And they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And the tackle there by Jermaine Pratt from the 43. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Stidham. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now it's Stidham.
No.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's
Gosh darn it, Nora. Come on.
With a pick.
Man.
And he'll take this across midfield.
Hey, Shade. How you doing?
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
How is everybody doing
you're
tonight?
Right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
The Bengals set to take over. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Same. But I'm surviving.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's got it to about the 40.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Here's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Give him 32 on the play.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Now Stidham a little unsure of things, so he's going to take a step back here and call timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. After the interception, here's Stidham. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got to pick me 4. It's my turn now to make the big play, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a 2nd and 2. They give it to Williams, running right. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 122 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Sorry, Shade. I know it's hard.
Linebackers keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not
sorry you're having a rough night.
They throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get
Stidham. He lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
What do you want? Huh? Let's have the peoples.
Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
We all believe in you, Shade. My cat's here. She's like wanting my attention.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Oh, poor Shade.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a second down and 4. Now it's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And Boyd going to pick up a Bengals first down as he'll get this down to the 41. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And Boyd going to pick up a Bengals first down as the tackle made at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now we're going to get a timeout here for an injured player, and that's Jamar Chase, who is in some obvious discomfort right now. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. He hit his first. Now this from 43. McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Not enough sense of urgency there. Play clock hits 0, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, I like your point there. Not enough sense of urgency. People walking up to the line of scrimmage. You've got to get up there and get set and be ready to go.
Here's Stidham to throw. He completes this to Sutton.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
57, Mike, 57. I got you.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On 1st down, Stidham. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Stidham.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Stidham. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bengals will get the football
Good
back.
golly, Miss Molly. I cannot convert at all tonight.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their 35-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we see right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Burrow will throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Boyd. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. They begin the drive with Williams. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 149 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Stidham. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really,
I just want a 1st down. Can I have a 1st down, please?
Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Give me a 1st down.
Over the middle, taken in by
Thank you.
And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Stidham. And a dangerous throw.
That was
there.
risky.
Incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was
Never doing that
intercepted.
again. Nope, nope, nope.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. On the draw, Pirine. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
That's going to hurt.
I think probably just trying to draw him off there. It didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
Catch the ball. Oh my God. Seriously? Sorry, but come on.
And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
He fell asleep. He fell asleep.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here
Like,
as they come up
he was wide open,
on their
and he fell asleep.
At the 47. They'll try and
Rip.
start this drive in the air. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up
Isn't that a
wide.
song?
And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
First down. Here's Burrow. Out to the left. He's got Sample in. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Second down and 6 now. He'll look to throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. So the completion good for just 3. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Third and 2, now Burrow. Quick throw there is incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Here we go. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Mixon is in. Touchdown, Bengals. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
McPherson now for the extra point.
Yes, I am Amy.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one
But
through
I'm Denver.
to extend the lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
I won the
After
first game.
Touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So the Broncos coming out now. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's P. Ryan again on 2nd down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. P-Ryan, draw play. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 5. Again, here's P-Ryan. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's 3rd and 3. Trying for it with P-Ryan. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Stidham. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Now it's Stidham. He'll air this one out for Mims. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
Boom.
Marvin
Just like that,
Mims,
chat. Just like
42
that.
yards. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So
Let's go.
Down there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Lots will look to add the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown.
All right, Shade. Appreciate you lurking. Hang in there, my friend. Hang in there.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Thank you, thank you.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the #1, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think he said focal point. Well, that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. That means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage themselves.
That's good for 28 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Here we go. 2nd and a couple.
Here we go.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Open man is Chase, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The LSU connection, Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Burrow. And this one complete to Smith. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And it's caught. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Burrow looking to pass. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Tanner Hudson, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bengals have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up 1st downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
McPherson on for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
But, Mom...
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Well, I got 6 minutes left.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Denver's offense ready to go again. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been
Draw. I'm just going to play the game and be done with it.
Able to keep pace
at this point.
Offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you
just
said,
run the clock down.
They've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
P. Ryan again on 2nd down. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. 3rd and 2.
Hey, I don't mind it at all. Oh, well.
One again with P. Ryan. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
I'm sorry that I'm stubborn, but I'm Nora.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Pirine. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Ball on the 39, here's the 2nd and 8. Hand off here for Pirine. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. And they're going to speed things up here.
57, Mike 57. Okay, just like that. Just like that.
On 3rd down, it's Pirine. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Running it with a fullback, Burton. And he's got a 1st down as he's...
All right, so we got 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left, Chad.
There, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't
Run the clock
matter.
down.
He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
Probably wishing that they could have had a few runs like that earlier in the game, now facing this deficit in the 4th.
Hard to criticize a run of that magnitude, but they really need those types of runs to go the distance and need bigger plays to try and get back into this one.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He'll air this one out from Mims. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. They go play action with Stidham. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back
Alrighty
plays
then.
defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Nope.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to
care
get a
at this
timeout
point.
here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. They'll hand it to Pirine. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
All right. Can we catch the ball, please? Just kiss the ball.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw.
Now. Catch.
And incomplete on the deep ball. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing.
Nope.
He'll have a
Nope.
tough time living that one down. It's
Come
one
on,
thing,
Denver.
Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down because in college football, the clock stops with every 1st down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Second down and a yard.
Again, it's Mixon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Well, it is what it is, chat. It's been fun. It's been real.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there,
all right, chat,
jumped on them, and were never headed.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Denver, good night, everybody.
Alright, folks, it's been a fun stream tonight. Been a long stream, but I want to thank you all for being here. Make sure to just go ahead and check out the first video. I did take a power hit earlier Thankfully, it did not mess up the game to continue. But I did 2 games tonight. I did Miami and what's the other team? I'll try my cheat sheet's right here. The Jets versus the Dolphins, the Bengals versus the Broncos. So I don't know if I'll be live later on tonight. We are getting more storms with severe weather possibility. Right now the time frame's between 2 and 10 p.m. We'll see what happens. If anything changes, I'll let you know. Be sure to check out the Discord server. I am on Discord, exclamation Discord. Everything's, if you want to be there and join the party. I'm going to call it now. Thank you all for being here. Much love to you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, drink your soap, and so much more. Oki is live right now, so I'm going to send you guys over to Oki Shuffle. Go over there, show him some love. He's playing some 7 Days to Die. So on that note, guys, do a hashtag NORA raid. But on that note, I'm going to say good night to all of you. Thank you all for being with me. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to hit that like button, share it out, and subscribe if you're enjoying what you see here. It really means a lot to me. So on that note, you guys have a good one. Here's the link for Oki, hashtag NORA raid, and I'll see you all possibly later on tonight. If not, tomorrow for sure. Much love. Take care.